Hey party people, welcome to the online session of Elegant Elite's Gavel Club. I am your sergeant at arms for today's meeting, Prayan Luniya, and I'm here to keep things in check. And let's get this virtual party started. But before we dive in, a few house rules please. Rename yourselves or I'll have to call you the mystery guests. Role players, you are on the list. And Toastmasters, add TM to your name. Gaveliers, add Gav. And guests, don't be shy. Guest it is. Take 10 seconds for this activity. Silent those phones, people. Mute your audio. Unmute only if you are spoken to. Keep those cameras on. We love seeing your faces or your best virtual background. No snacking, sipping, or unnecessary moves, please. Video off when you step away, or we'll think you are ghosting us out. No typing in the general chat when someone's speaking. Please stop it. That's rude. Use reactions like high five, namaste, or applause, or yay. And speakers. Pin that timer or check it if it's visible. Meetings being recorded, so look your best. Network at the end of the meeting. That's all. Now over to our GMoD, that is Cavalier Avni Kyal. We are pumped to have a lead at today's meeting. Over to you.
Over to the presiding officer. So I will just add. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Gavelier Prayan. A very warm welcome to dear guests, fellow Gaveliers, and respected Toastmasters. As presiding officer, I call the meeting to order. Shall we first pass the agenda before we move on with the proceedings? Are there any corrections to the agenda?
No corrections.
All right, thank you. I request a fellow Gavelier or Toastmaster to propose and second the motion to pass the agenda.
I, Cavalier Tashi Singh from Eloquent Elite's Gavel Club, pass the agenda.
Propose the motion to pass the agenda. Okay, well said. Thank you.
Can someone please second it?
I, Remanika Mathur of Eloquent Elite's Gavel Club, second the motion to pass the agenda.
Excellent.
Thank you. The agenda is now adopted. Welcome to the 71st meeting of Eloquent Elite's Gavel Club. My hearty congrats to Sergeant at Arms Gavelier Prayan Luniya for that vibrant opening. I now have the privilege to introduce the Gavel Master of the Day, Gavelier Avni Kyal. Gavelier Avni Kyal is from the Assembly of God Church School, Asansol. Hailing from the vibrant city of Asansol in West Bengal, she is known for her boundless curiosity and her love for exploring new ideas. Whether it's diving into a new subject or experimenting with colors on a canvas, Avni approaches everything with enthusiasm and creativity. When she's not studying, you'll find her lost in the world of art, where imagination takes shape and stories come alive through her brushstrokes. Over to you, Gavel Master of the Day, Avni Kyal.
Thank you, President Sara, for that sweet introduction. Dear guests, Gaveliers, and Toastmasters, welcome to Eloquent Elite's Gavel Club meeting. Today's theme is the power of speech. Miss, can I present my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
World Speech Day. Today, 15th March, is celebrated as World Speech Day worldwide. It celebrates the power of words and communication. Speech is the strongest tools humans have. Through speech, we share our ideas, thoughts, and feelings with other people. A powerful speech can have a great impact, like It inspires people and brings positive change in society. It gives hope and courage and also confidence to many people. Now let's see the meeting structure. The meeting is divided into 3 sections. The first section is that of the prepared speeches. I will lead this session. The second session, table topic session, will be led by Gavel, Dhruvi Joshi. The third session will be led by the general evaluator, Gavel, Kashvi Agrawal. I am glad to introduce the general evaluator. Gavel Kashvi Agrawal likes to live by rules. She has a kind heart, empathetic towards others' pain and sufferings. She is passionate for dancing and is a bookworm. I invite her to explain the role of a general evaluator.
Thank you, Gavel Master of the Day. Greetings, fellow Cavaliers and guests. The purpose of the General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place before the meeting and throughout the meeting. The purpose of this role is to support the club maintain good quality and follow best practices. I have a team of speech evaluators, grammarian, counter, active listener, and timer. During evaluation session, I will call upon them to present their reports. After that, I will present my observations of the entire meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Gavel Master of the Day, Avni Kyal.
Thank you. We eagerly await your evaluation session to know our strengths and weakness. I am happy to introduce our grammarian, Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi. With over 20 years of rich experience in sales, he currently serves as a business manager with GSK in Mumbai. Over to you, Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi, to explain your role as a grammarian.
Yeah, good evening, Gavel Master of the Day, Gaveliers, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. I am Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi, and I am honored to serve as your grammarian for today's meeting. The grammarian plays a very crucial role in enhancing language skills and promoting effective communication during Toastmasters meeting. To achieve this, as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their use of language. I will make note of exemplary uses, outstanding words, remarkable idioms, relevant sayings, and memorable quotes. I will also make note of areas of improvement and pronunciation errors. I will present the word of the day and idiom of the day now. I have chosen them keeping in mind that if they get along with the theme of today's meeting, it will be very convenient for everyone to use them. I will also request all the speakers to use them as frequently as possible. I will now share a quick PPT on the word and idiom of the day. Can I go ahead?
Please, go ahead. Thank you.
Can you see it now? Just a minute. Yeah, can someone confirm? Can you see it now or my PPT?
It's
It's
visible.
visible. It's visible.
Yes, sir.
Visible.
It's visible, but we don't see the word of the day. This is what
Okay.
comes after that, I think.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. You have to go to the, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we can see. Yes.
Sorry for that glitch. Yeah.
No problem.
So today's word of the day is eloquent. It is used as an adjective, and in noun form it is used as eloquence, and in adverb form it is used as eloquently. Now the meaning of the word eloquent is the ability to express ideas clearly, powerfully, and persuasively through speech. Some of the sample sentences are: her eloquent words didn't just inform the audience, they inspired them to act. In public speaking, eloquence is not about big vocabulary, it's about clarity, sincerity, and conviction. When your heart is clear, your words become powerful. She spoke so eloquently about organ donation that soon 50 people signed up. Now, coming to the idiom of the day. Today's idiom of the day is hold sway. Its meaning is to have great influence or power over pupils' thoughts or action. The sample sentences are: great leaders hold sway not by force but by the power of their words. A skilled speaker doesn't shout to dominate a room. Instead, their ideas quietly hold sway over minds long after the speech ends. When I present my report during the evaluation section, I will acknowledge names of speakers who used the word and idiom of the day with exemplary usage of language, and I will also share the areas of improvement in grammar and pronunciation. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Over to you, Gavel Master of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi. Now we move on to our up counter, Gavelier Kimaya Agrawal. Kimaya is a bright and blubby dynamo from Delhi Public School, Navy, Mumbai. She is always full of energy and ideas. Over to you, Gavelier Kimaya Agrawal.
Thank you, GMoD. Dear Gavel Master of the Day, fellow Gaveliers, and our guests, my duty as our counter is, okay, right, to listen attentively to each speaker. Absolutely. Basically, I will make note of the use of first the crutch sounds such as filler words as and, so, right, okay, like, then, well, basically, absolutely, seriously, but, etc. Used by speakers, like I just demonstrated, when they are not called for in the context. When called upon, I will give a report of these speaking errors. Valiant, is it when I use so many fillers? I hope this report will help cure speakers of the annoying habit of using vocalized pauses, filler words. This role as our counter is bound to sharpen my focus and concentration. I hope you will catch the bull by the horns. Over to you, Gavel Master of the Day, Avni Kyal.
Thank you, Gavelier Kimaya. Now we move on to the next role player, active listener, Gavelier Tashi Singh. Tashi is an open-minded and curious girl. She is always up for new experiences and ideas. She is in the New Horizon Scholar School, who enjoys writing stories, drawing, and dancing. Over to you, active listener.
Thank you, Avni Kyal, for the wonderful introduction. Fellow Cavaliers, being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. Toastmaster and in turn Gavel's Club train us to develop leadership qualities. The best leaders aren't all talk. They know by listening for the pulse of the people they lead. Only when you understand your team, you can lead them, inspire them, and motivate them. As the active listener, it is my role to note down interesting tidbits of information from any of the speakers and ask questions during the evaluation section of the meeting to make sure that everyone was paying attention. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, active listener. Dear Gaveliers, let's observe and listen carefully so that we can give resounding responses to the questions of our active listener. The next role player is Timer Toastmaster Shashank Kamthekar. He is an engineer by profession and a lifelong learner at heart. He enjoys listening to music and discovering new ideas. Today, he will keep our meeting on track, ensuring every speaker respects the most precious currency of Toastmasters meeting, time. Over to you, Timer.
Thank you. I am Shashank Kamthekar. I am the timer for the day. I am happy and proud to take up this role. A timer is a backbone of a meeting. Following timeline is a hallmark of professionalism. Toastmaster has given us this excellent tool to train us in keeping any speech and meeting within timelines. As you heard from our Gavel Master of the Day, there are 3 sections in this meeting. I will present the timelines for each section in the beginning of the section. I am now giving the timeline for the book review section and prepared speeches. The book review is for 5 minutes. My virtual background will be white, showing the timer from the beginning of the speech. The screen turn green at 3 minutes, like I am now turning it to green. And it will remain for green. At 4 minutes, it will turn to yellow and it will remain to yellow. And at 5 minutes, it will turn to red until the reviewer gets done. This is to give indication for the speaker to wind up. Now, I am also giving the guidelines for the first section, that is prepared speech section. The first speech of the today's meeting is an icebreaker speech. The duration for that speech will be 4 minutes to 6 minutes. My screen will show white timer screen for the beginning of the speech. At 4 minutes, my screen will turn to green and it will remain green until 5 minutes. At 5 minutes, my screen will turn to yellow and it will remain yellow. At 6 minutes, my screen will turn to red and remain red until the speech gets over. The second speech of the day is a second and third speech are presenting project 4 and 5 respectively. For these projects, the duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So again, my screen will be white, showing timer from the beginning of the speech until the 5th minute. On 5th minute, my screen will turn to green and remain greens. At 6 minutes, my screen will turn to yellow and remains yellow. And at 7 minutes, my screen will turn to red and remain red until the speech gets over. For your information, speeches less than the minimum stipulated time and speeches that exceeds 30 seconds of the maximum allotted time do not qualify for the voting. I will present the timer report when it is called for. Thank you, and over to you, Gavel Master of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shashank. The hands of a clock keeps moving. It's time for us to get moving. Now let me introduce the book reviewer. He is Gavelier Ahan Parmar. Ahan has a gift for making friends across ages and cultures. He is an outdoor enthusiast with a budding passion for bioscience and is already exploring the field with curiosity and ambition. Over to you, book reviewer.
Can I share my screen?
Sure, go ahead.
Good evening, respected Toastmaster, fellow Gaveliers, and my dear friends. Today, I would like to review a very interesting and thought-provoking book called Who Moved My Cheese, written by Dr. Spencer Johnson. When I first heard the title, I actually thought, did someone really move someone's cheese? But after reading the book, I realized that the cheese is actually a symbol for things we want in life. This book is extremely simple to read, yet it carries out powerful message about how to deal with change in life. Change is something that happens to everyone. Sometimes our plan may work perfectly, and sometimes things suddenly change without warning. For example, imagine studying for a math test and suddenly in school teacher says, "Surprise, today we are having a science test instead." That is the exactly kind of unexpected change this book talks about. The story takes place in a maze where four characters are searching for cheese. Here, the cheese represents anything we want in life: success, happiness, good marks, a job, or even a relationship.
Frozen? I think he's stuck. Let's wait for
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
yeah, start. I have stopped the timing for this period.
Hem and Haw react extremely differently. Hem becomes angry and keeps complaining, asking again and again, "Who moved my cheese?" He refuses to accept the change. I think we all know someone like him. Maybe the friend who complains that when the teacher changes the seating arrangement. Also feels scared at first, but after thinking for some time, he realizes something important. Staying in the same place will not bring the cheese back. So he gathers courage, learns from the situation, and goes into the maze to find new cheese.
Your presentation is not seen. If you want to share, you can share it again.
Okay.
Because you dropped out in between. So
Is it visible now?
yes.
Okay. Through this simple story, the author teaches us an important lesson. Change is constant and unavoidable. If we resist change like him, we may remain stuck in the past. But if we adapt like How or the mice, we can discover new opportunities. One of the powerful ideas in the book is a question the author asks: what would you do if you were not afraid? This question encourages us to stop overthinking and start taking action. Here are a few key lessons I learned from this book. First, do not be like him. Complaining about the past does not solve anything. Second, adapt or stay behind. The world keeps changing, and those who adapt move forward. Third, fear often stops us from discovering better opportunities. Sometimes the new cheese waiting for us might be even better than the old one. In conclusion, Who Moved My Cheese is a very short but simple book, and its message is extremely powerful. It reminds us, instead of complaining about change, we should learn to accept it and move forward with courage. And who knows, Maybe a better piece of cheese is waiting for us somewhere in the maze, and hopefully, no one moves it again before we reach it. My review for this book is it is effective for a person who is not able to accept change or is stressed about the future. It is a short book, hence it takes around only 4 hours to read. It is totally worth it and can change your mindset about change. I give this book a solid 4.5. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavel Ahan, for arousing our curiosity about this book. I am sure many of us have now made a mental note that this is the next book that they will read. I certainly have. Before we move to the prepared speech section, I will revisit the theme of the day, the power of speech. Miss, can I present? Just a minute. My computer is
Better escape this and go to the...
Yes, I was clicking that.
Yes.
What was happening? Let's talk about the power of speech. How powerful a speech can be. A speech can unite people and spread important messages. Many great leaders in history used their speeches to motivate people and fight for justice. A good speech makes people think in a new way. It gives a new perspective of life. It encourages others to take actions for better future. Words spoken with honesty and kindness have a lasting impact. Hence, we should keep in mind that speech holds sway someone's actions and their thoughts. Today, we have 3 speakers. Gavelier Vedika Gupta is the first speaker. Her speech evaluator is Gavelier VANSH Agrawal. Happy to introduce Gavelier VANSH Agrawal. VANSH resides in Kolkata from DPS Megacity School. He has a keen interest in swimming, dancing, and cooking. He also enjoys listening to music. I request him to read out the speech objectives of Gavelier Vedika Gupta. Over to you.
Okay. So the objectives of the icebreaker speech are to begin speaking before an audience, to discover speaking skills you already have, and the skills that need some attention. And the time for the speech is 4 to 6 minutes. I wish all the best to Vedika Gupta, and over to you, the Gavel Master of the Day.
Thank you, Gavelier VANSH Agrawal. While Gavelier Vedika Gupta is taking her speech position, let me introduce her. Vedika, a graceful blend of strength and sensitivity, is an ICSE student. She puts her dreams in a tight schedule and works towards them with quiet determination. Gavelier Vedika Gupta, can you please tell me if you are in your speaking position?
I'm in my speaking position.
Good. You are clearly visible and audible. Vedika Gupta. Me summed up. Me summed up Vedika Gupta.
Thank you, Gavel Master today. Good evening, dear Gaveliers, guests, and Toastmasters. My name is Vedika Gupta,
and it is a pleasure to introduce myself to all of you. I live in Thane and study in grade 9 at Singhania School. Like many students my age, I have a world filled with different interests that keep me curious and excited about life. I love dancing, listening to music, drawing, traveling, and reading. Each of these hobbies allow me to express myself in a different way. Dancing lets me feel the rhythm of life. Drawing allows my imagination to flow onto paper. Traveling opens my eyes to new places and cultures. And reading lets me step into worlds far beyond my own. If I had to describe my personality, I would say I am a selective extrovert. I enjoy meeting people and having conversations, but I prefer meaningful connection rather than a very large group of friends. That is why I have a small but very special circle of 4 close friends. With them, every moment feels genuine, comfortable, and full of laughter. People describe me as soft spoken and calm. However, behind this calm nature, I believe I carry a strong sense of determination, and that determination comes from someone I deeply admire, my father. My father is a banker and is one of the most disciplined and hardworking people I know. Watching him has taught me the importance of commitment, consistency, and perseverance. He reminds me that success is rarely about talent alone, but it is about dedication and the willingness to keep moving even when things become difficult. My mother is a chartered accountant and she is the embodiment of patience and kindness. She is always eager to learn new things and constantly encourages us to do the same. What inspires me the most about her is that she always thinks about others before herself. From her, I have learned that strength lies not only in intelligence but also in compassion and generosity. I also have an elder brother, and we share many common interests. Our conversations often revolve around topics we both enjoy. But one passion that truly connects us is our love for history. History happens to be my favorite subject. I find it fascinating to read about the past and visit historical places. Standing in such places often makes me think about the countless generations that have lived before us, their struggles, achievements, and discoveries have shaped the world we live in today. It amazes me how humanity has continuously evolved, learned, and transformed the world with creativity and brilliance. Speaking of brilliance, there is one person who there is one person whose knowledge and speaking skills inspire me greatly, Shashi. What fascinates me about him is his incredible command over language. His speeches are powerful, thoughtful, and delivered with remarkable confidence and timing. Listening to him has made me realize that how impactful words can be. Words have the power to inspire, educate, and influence people. In fact, he is one of the reasons I decided to join the Eloquent Elites Gavel Club. I wanted to learn how to express my ideas better, to build confidence while speaking, and to develop the ability to communicate my thoughts clearly. Standing here is one small step in that journey. I am still learning, but every speech, every conversation, and every experience helps me grow a little. And through platforms like these, I hope to continue learning, growing, and discovering the power of my own voice. Thank you. Over to you, Gavel Master of the Day.
That was a lovely speech. And second speaker is Cavalier Remanika Mathur. Her speech evaluator is Toastmaster Manoj Nair. I'm happy to introduce Toastmaster Manoj Nair. He is an IT consultant by profession He enjoys watching movies, taking long walks, and playing table tennis in his free time. I invite him to read out the speech objectives of Gavel Remanika Mathur.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Cavaliers Toastmasters. My Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anvi Kyal, and my speaker, Cavalier Remanika Mathur. She's attempting her project 4, and I believe it says how to say it. The objective is to select the right words and sentence structures to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately, and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize her idea. Eliminate jargons and unnecessary words, and usage of correct grammar. And the speech timings are like 5 to 7 minutes. I'll hand back the virtual podium back to Gravilian, Toastmaster Anvi Kayal. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, speech evaluator Toastmaster Manoj. While speaker 2, Gavel Remanika Mathur, is taking her speaking position, let me introduce her. Remanika is a student studying at St. Mary's ICSE school. Her hobbies are swimming, embroidery, and art. She's a huge bookworm. Gavel Remanika Mathur, can you please tell me if you are in your speaking position?
Yes, I'm in my speaking position.
Good. You are clearly visible and audible. Remanika Mathur. Worst day ever. Worst day ever. Remanika Mathur.
Good evening, fellow Gavaliers, Toastmasters, and guests. Today, I have a very special question for all of you. What is the worst day you have ever experienced? I know all of you will have some pretty different answers, all showcasing humor, embarrassment, a bit of fear, and the urge to sit in the comfort of your own bed with a book or TV show at hand. The answers you will give are the type that seem like hell while they're happening, but when you look back, they're an incident to laugh upon. Today, I'm going to be answering this question in front of everyone. It was a sunny morning on a typical Monday. I got up, brushed my teeth, and got ready for school. Today was the science competition at school that I had been preparing for all month. I had made a pendulum made out of glass marbles attached to a cardboard frame using strings and hot glue. The project I made was pretty big, so carrying it down my driveway was a bit of a challenge. Anytime I moved, my project started shaking furiously. But I finally managed to take my project up to the school bus pickup point without messing it up. Now I wait for the bus. All of a sudden, a dark cloud covers the sky. It seemed as though all the light of the sun had been sucked away. It wasn't a sunny morning anymore, it was a gloomy one. Now, this is when all the bad stuff started happening. It started drizzling, and all my stuff started getting wet. Before I knew it, a huge gust of wind blew my project right out of my arms. It fell to the ground, all ruined. I stared down at the sight of my now dumpster worthy project. I crouched down and started gathering my project. I was practically drenched by then because of the rain. Soon, the school bus arrived. The doors swing open. I step inside. But as soon as I come in clear sight of all the kids, a huge roar of laughter erupted. Everyone was laughing at my drenched hair, messed up uniform, dripping wet socks, and of course, my one-of-a-kind project. I swear, everyone was laughing so hard you would think there's the world's funniest comedian on board the bus. I felt super embarrassed that I was in such a state in front of my classmates. I urged myself to walk to the back of the bus, away from the eyes of these kids. I started to the back, but when I reached the middle of the bus, something horrible happened. I face planted in front of everyone. That's right, I slipped and fell on the way to my seat. My uniform was ruined beyond limits. My project looked as though it got lost in a tornado but found its way back to me. And my reputation was in the bin. And don't even ask me about the laughter. Seriously, what is funnier than seeing a kid fall? Am I right? I picked myself up, avoided eye contact, and shuffled to my seat. As soon as the bus stopped at school, I ran out the bus. I ran all the way up to my classroom, plopped my stuff down on my seat, and ran to the nearest bathroom. Luckily, it was empty, and I had a solid 20 minutes to straighten myself up. After my best try at trying to look even a bit presentable, I went back to my class. I still had 10 minutes till school started, so I did my best go at trying to fix my project. Thankfully, I brought my hot glue gun to school. I connected it and fixed my project. It looked great. No, it looked horrible. But I couldn't back out of the competition now. I had earned my way up to the spot in the competition and I was not a quitter. After giving myself a quick pep talk, I took my project up to the auditorium of my school to set it up. After everything, it was finally time for the judges to come around and rate everyone's project. There was a girl sitting opposite to me, demonstrating water pressure, and a guy beside me explaining frog anatomy. I could easily beat the both of them. I mean, frog anatomy for a science competition is so lame. Soon, the judges came up to my desk and started examining my project, while I stood there, nervous, taking everything in. Remember when I said it couldn't get any worse? It just did. The girl opposite to me that was tweaking her water pressure project, her pipe exploded. Water sprayed everywhere. Since I was the closest to her, me and my project got drenched for the second time that day. My project came crumbling down faster than a biscuit in chai. The judges took one look at the durability of my project and walked away in disgust. That's it. My life is over. There was no way I could even rank top 20 in the competition, and there were only 18 contestants. I accepted my fate and went back home, safely this time. For the first time that day, I actually got something I wanted. Time on my couch in front of the TV with a snack. This day was just too hard for me, and I was happy to be back home. It just goes to show how hard life can be on you. My time here is done. But before I go, do you want to know who won the science competition? Yup, it was the frog anatomy guy. Anyway, thank you for your time and attention. Good night. And over to you, Gavel, Master of the Day.
That was an amazing speech. The third and final speaker is Nivriti Gupta. Her speech evaluator is Toastmaster Prasita Bhat. And here is a brief introduction. She is a proud homemaker and a devoted mother of two college-going boys. She's also passionate fitness enthusiast who believes in balance, positivity, and growth. I invite her to read out the speech objectives of Gavel Nivriti Gupta.
Thank you, Gavalier Avni Kyal. My speaker, Gavalier Nivriti. Thank you, Avni Kyal. My speaker, Nivriti Gupta. She's presenting her project 5, and her project is your body speaks. So she has to use her stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, eye contact to express her message and achieve a speech purpose. So best of luck, Nivriti Gupta. And timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, GMoD. Avni Kyal.
Thank you, speech evaluator, Toastmaster Prasita Bhat. While Gavel Nivriti Gupta is taking her speaking position, let me introduce her. Nivriti is from Euro School, Airoli, Mumbai. She enjoys dancing and reading novels. Her favorite sports are swimming and badminton. Gavel Nivriti Gupta, can you please tell me if you are in your speaking position?
Yes, I am.
Can you speak a little louder?
Yes, I am.
Good. You are clearly visible and audible. Nivriti Gupta, if failure had a fan club, Nivriti Gupta.
Good evening, respected Toastmasters, fellow Gavaliers, and my dear friends. Imagine this. You're sitting in an exam hall. The fan above you is moving slowly. The question paper is in front of you. And suddenly, you realize something terrifying. You studied the wrong chapter. Not one question seems familiar, not even a little bit. At that moment, your brain starts praying for miracles. Maybe the invigilator will faint. Maybe the bell will ring early. Maybe aliens will attack the school. Unfortunately, none of them ever show up. The bell rings, you submit your paper, and as you walk out of the room, you know one thing for sure. You have failed. Now, tell me honestly, haven't we all experienced something similar? Maybe not the wrong chapter, but a wrong answer, a lost competition, a mistake in front of everyone. We all have. But we treat failure like a hidden secret. Yes, we celebrate winners, we admire toppers, and we clap for champions. But failure remains hidden. It's whispered about, sometimes laughed at. But today, I want to start something unusual, something bold, something a little bit crazy. I want to create a fan club for failure. A fan club whose membership rules are pretty simple. One must have failed at something. Now, before you think I'm joking, let me tell you something personal. One of my most unforgettable failures was during a singing competition. I'd practiced my song again and again. In fact, in my head, I'd pictured my performance going perfectly. The audience was cheering, the judges were clapping, and maybe I was even receiving an award. Then the real moment came. I walked onto the stage with the microphone in my hand. The music started playing and I started singing. Then suddenly, my voice echoed loudly throughout the speakers. I was confused. I lost the rhythm. And then the worst possible thing happened. I forgot the lyrics. I just stood there for a little while, holding the microphone, looking confident. But in my head, there was only one message. Error, error. My mind was screaming at me, sing something, anything. But my mouth had gotten numb. When I walked out of the stage, I was completely embarrassed. I thought, that's it, I am never doing this again. But later, something interesting happened. That embarrassing moment slowly turned into a lesson. You see, when you experience such a public disaster, you realize something surprising. You realize something very important, that failure is not the worst thing that can happen. The world won't end. People move on, life continues, and you grow stronger. Because failure has a weird power. Yes, it hurts a little, but eventually it teaches us lessons that success never can. In fact, if you look at the history of the greatest achievements, you'll notice something. Behind every success is a long list of failures. If failing once hurt bad, imagine failing 100 times. Most of us would say, okay, this is clearly not my skill. In fact, if I failed 500 times, my parents would probably say, Beta, try something easier. But one man did not stop. He was Thomas Edison. While he was discovering the light bulb, he failed every single time. He failed again and again and again, 100 times, 1,000 times. Finally, a reporter asked him, Mr. Edison, how does it feel to have failed 1,000 times? Edison replied calmly, I did not fail 1,000 times. I just discovered 1,000 ways that do not work. Think about that mindset. Most of us fail once and just give up. Edison failed 1,000 times but continued. Probably because he did not view failure as the end, he thought of it as information. Every one of the experiments that did not work taught him something. That maybe that method did not work, but something else could. Eventually, his experiment succeeded and the whole world changed. But maybe the real problem isn't failure itself, it's the fear of failing. The fear that stops people from thinking, the fear that stops people from speaking, the fear that stops people from dreaming. The student who never raised their hand in class, the singer who never performed again, the entrepreneur who never actually started their own business. Not because they couldn't, but because they were afraid of failing. This is why we need something radical, a place where fear isn't shameful but celebrated. Imagine a meeting in the fan club for failure. One person stands up and says, Hello everyone, today I failed my math test. And everyone cheers. Welcome to the club. Another says, Today I tried something new and it didn't work. And everyone applauds. Excellent, you just found another way that didn't work. That's because in this club, failure means one thing. You tried. And trying is always better than quitting. In fact, if you think about it, a Gavel club is kind of like a fan club for failure. We try, and every little experiment teaches us something new, no matter how many times we fumble. Let's think about that exam hall again. You're sitting, you're writing the paper, and the moment you realize you're going to fail. But instead of panicking, you smile because you know something important. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's just one more step towards it. And somewhere out there, a fan club for failure is waiting to welcome its newest member. Thank you.
That was interesting indeed. Cavalier Vedika Gupta has broken the invisible but strong barriers to effective open communication. Reluctance and avoidance, Congratulations! So, shall we all get up and give a standing ovation for Speaker Gavel Vedika Gupta, who presented her icebreaker speech? Thank you, everyone. Please take your seats. May we have the timer report, please?
Yeah, hello. Gavilian Vedika Gupta took 4 minutes 42 seconds. Gavilier Remanika Mathur took 7 minutes 24 seconds. Gavilier Nivriti Gupta took 7 minutes 44 seconds. Over to you, Gavilier, Toastmaster of the day.
Can we launch the polls for the best speaker, please?
Before I launch the polls, I just wanted to inquire with the audience and the general evaluators specifically. The third speaker exceeded the maximum time limit by around 14 seconds. So is it okay to include her in the voting? Shall we include her in the voting?
Yes, miss.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Two of us cannot vote, so one more vote has to come. I'll just do the countdown. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. Yes, it's done. Thank you. Yes. Gavel Master of the Day, it is your prerogative to congratulate the winner. You can see the winner?
Yes, miss.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Congratulations to all the speakers for putting the best foot forward and starting off. Congratulations to the winner, Nivriti Gupta. The next session is the table topic session. Before we begin that, let's have a quick peek into our theme today. Can I present my screen?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, each time you don't have to ask.
Just a minute, it's hanging a little bit. Miss, just a minute. When we speak with respect and understanding, we can solve problems peacefully. Let's look into the helps and let's look into the uses of speech. How speech helps us? It helps us in many ways. It helps us to express our opinion and stand up for what is right. It allows us to connect with people from different cultures and backgrounds. It even helps us to build friendships and strong communities. Every voice has the power to make a difference. So, we shall all remember how powerful our words are and should use them wisely. Let's move on to the table topic session. I have the privilege of introducing the table topic master of the day, Gavel Dhruvi Joshi. Dhruvi lives in Kalyan. Her hobbies are badminton, cycling, dancing, and swimming. She loves to lose herself listening to music. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Gavel Master of the Day, for wonderful introduction. Good evening, Gavel Master of the Day. Invite Toastmasters, fellow Gaveliers, and guests. Table topics helps members practice thinking on the feet and speaking off the cuff. This helps us develop 4 vital communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. Table topic session is not restricted to members alone. Even the guest can participate. I request members who have not spoken or played any role also take up this opportunity to speak. I hope everyone gives this a shot. Please use the word of the day, eloquent, and idiom of the day, hold sway, that our grammarian Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi has given. You can volunteer to speak yourself by raising your hand or use the reaction icon. If not, I may call upon members or guests randomly. Before we begin, I request the timer, Toastmaster Shashank, to read out the timing guidelines for table topics round.
Thank you, table topic master of the day. In this session, we will have a table topics. The timing allotted for each member is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute time, my screen will be white till 1 minute time. At 1 minute time, it will turns to green. At 1 minute 30 seconds time, it will turns to yellow. And at 2 minute time, it will turns to red. And it will remain red. Dear Gavilians, just for information, please do not speak more than 2 minutes 30 seconds. It may disqualify you from the selection or from the selection. Yeah. And thank you. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Shashank. Today's theme is the power of speech. The topics will be based on these themes. Okay, let's begin. Who will be the first volunteer? Evaluator Manoj. Okay. Pick a number from 1 to 7.
I was always been a backbencher, so I'll look at the 7 number.
Okay, 7 number. If you could erase one sentence you once said, what would it be and why? If you could erase one sentence you once said, what will it be and why?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Gaveliers and table topic master Gavelier Dhruvi Joshi. If I would have to remove one sentence, I'll take you back to a small story when I was a child of your age, maybe in class 6 or class 7, when I was moving from primary to secondary school. I was so good in failing all my subjects, especially in maths. Like I said before, I was a backbencher. I was always been getting a grade of like 40, 45. Those days, those are the kind of passing marks you need clear of this one. But my mom, coming from army, she was very, very regimental, where she wanted me to do good in studies, like everyone's parents are doing pretty much back in India. I was miserably failed in maths. And I made this tactical strategy this time. I'm not going to fail this one. I'm going to pass this mark with flying colors. So what I did, instead of studies, I start copying. One of my best friend was Padma Kumar, who was alphabetically stand by P, which is P and M. He was stood before me. So I was completely copying his math subject, and he was so good in his subject that he always come with good marks. But he made a game with me. He, instead of giving me all those pass mark answers, he put those reverse order marks to me. And I was like an idiot copying what been there. So it's always been a message to everyone. If you're not good in copying, don't paste it. And I did exactly same what he did me. What happened was I failed. My teacher asked me to stood on the bench. And I was like an idiot standing on the stood on the bench. I don't know these days it does happen back in India, but I was the one who stood on the bench. The name and shame she did to me on that day, it is still being properly embedded in my mind. I can't forget about that thing. I was being in front of all those 30, 40 kids, and the kind of emotional sabotage she did to me is put a scar on my mind, a kind of thing. I will never forget that. If I have to wipe that out, I will wipe that out. The scene what she did to me like 40 years back. With that, back to you, Toastmaster, table topic master Joshi. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj, for a wonderful speech. Next is Gavilia Labdi. Uh, Pick the number between 1 to 6. I guess you're not audible. No, you're not audible.
Not at audible. She said 4, but wait for her to become audible. After that, yeah. Lavdi, speak. Check your speaker. No, we can't hear. Would you like to fix it? By the time we'll call somebody else. Okay. So now we call the next speaker. Tashi.
Next speaker is Tashi. Choose the number between 1 to 6.
I choose 1.
1. If animals could talk, which animal will be the rudest? If animals could talk, which animal will be rudest?
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for that nice and interesting topic. Dear Cavaliers, Toastmasters, and guests, there are lots and lots of animals in this world. But according to me, the rudest would be a tiger. A tiger is like an animal who almost got extinct. There are lots of because the other species of tigers were almost extinct. Like in the past, like even India launched a project called Project Tiger. But the tigers might still be angry on humans for almost endangering their lives. So, according to me, tigers they might look interesting because they have stripes on their bodies, and studying them is very interesting. But honestly, they can be very rude if they can talk. They will say, "What are you doing? Why are your humans endangering our lives?" So, this is my simple request to try your best, at least try to reduce the extinction of animals. We do not want to destroy our beautiful world. Animals are some very interesting and beautiful animals. So please save them. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Tashi, for a wonderful speech. Next is Gavila Idhant.
No, we have to check with her, right? Has she checked it?
Yeah, ma'am, but I guess she has left the meet. Yeah.
No, ma'am. I have joined with another
Okay.
device.
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
you're
yes.
audible. Yes.
Labdi, choose a number between 2 to 6.
4.
4. Can social media increase the power of speech? Can social media increase the power of speech?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lapti Jain, and the topic is, can social media increase the power of speech? This is an amazing topic. In today's world, everything is driven on social media. So, our day to day interaction also happens on social media, like Facebook, Twitter, Insta, YouTube, etc. We connect with different people across the globe on social media and meet different people. While speaking to different people, yes, we may connect with people different, but we connect socially on online, and the face-to-face communication lacks over here. We are not able to communicate face to face, so this is a drawback. But yes, social media can improve speech. We hear people throughout the world, and different people connect to different countries. So yes, social media can increase speech. There are different examples like of great leaders. We are able to hear great leaders, their great ideas through social media, even if they're in different countries. So we're able to listen them, they're able to speak. So this tells us that yes, social media is able to increase speech. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Labdi, for wonderful speech. Next is Gavila Idant.
Number 6.
You elected number 6, okay. Your pet suddenly gives a speech about you, what it will be? Your pet suddenly gives a speech about you, what it will be?
May I take 15 seconds to prepare my speech?
Idan, there is echo. I don't know if there is a cell phone or anything that is connected or next to you, or if Ahan is there next to you, ask him to put off his video. Go. No, even now also there is a lot of echo. Ask Ahan to put off his this thing and come and sit next to you. Ahan, you can put it off and then come and sit next to you so that there's a lot of echo.
Ma'am, I see two Idhant Parvas. There are two Idhants.
Exactly. So that's what I said. So one has to be closed. Idant, can you just join from one of your device and close the other device?
Ma'am, now am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Can you repeat the topic?
Your pet suddenly gives a speech about you, what it will be? Your pet suddenly gives a speech about you, what it will be?
Hello, dear friends and Gaveliers. Today I am going to speak about a wonderful topic, which is if my pet would give a speech about me. I am sure my pet would love me because I take a lot of care about it. I will give him food every day, and I take a lot of care for him. I sure he would say that I am thanking you for taking so much care about me. I I am I also think that he would say about my about other things such as my behavior towards him and
how I act to him. I am sure that he would only say good things about me because I behave nicely in front of him. I try to keep my best behavior in front of him. I hope I take care of my pet nicely. Thank you.
Thank you, Vedant, for wonderful speech. Great job to all speakers for sharing your thoughts so confidently. Looking forward to many more engaging sessions like this. Thank you all once again. Over to you, Gavel Master of the Day.
No, you have to ask the timer to give the timing.
Okay, over to you, timer for timer's report.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Toastmaster Manoj took 2 minutes 29 seconds. Gavilier and Tashi took 1 minute 38 seconds. Gavilier Labdi took 1 minute 30 seconds. Gavilier Idan took 1 minute 29 seconds. And that's all from me on my side. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Now we have to launch the poll, and then after that you'll handle. Yeah. Okay, as along with the Cavaliers, we will not be including Manoj in the poll, but we learned a lot from that experience, isn't it? So we are very grateful when Toastmasters with experience join us and talk, because how to talk extempore, how to begin a topic, how to develop a story, and how to close it. That's what we learned from that experience, right? Yes. So here there are three participants, Tashi, Labdi, and Idant. Okay. And I'm sharing for the poll. I would request everybody to vote. Can you all see it? Yeah. Fifteen out of 22, 16 out of 22. Quickly, now I'm starting the countdown. 3, 3, 3, 2. It's done. Now 20 out of 22. I'm sharing the results. The table topic master can congratulate the winner and the participants, and then it can be over.
Congratulations, Tashi. It was very wonderful speech, and all other participants also did very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was a super exciting session, Cavalier Dhruvi. Now in transition to the next segment, and it is time to take another swipe at the theme. On the World Speech Day, we are reminded to use our words wisely and positively. Speak with courage and kindness. Our words can inspire change and make the world a better place. We should always keep in mind that even a simple sentence and a very simple word can touch someone's heart and make a big change in the society. Throughout the meeting, listening and doing our roles, we indeed were grasping meeting etiquette, information on topics discussed, do's and don'ts of public meeting by observation. Here comes a session where we get in clear nuggets the rights and wrongs in ready-made capsules. Evaluation section. As you know, Gavilier Kashvi Agrawal will conduct the evaluation session. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Gavel Master of the Day. Dear Gaveliers, put yourself in the place of a bride. It is her marriage day. Even if the best musician in town gets the bride ready, unless she sees the mirror, she is not sure all is well. Similarly, a club waits for the general evaluation section. Evaluation session is like a mirror. It shows us where we shine and where we need a touch up. Don't you all agree? I request the timer to share timing guidelines.
Thank you, General Evaluator. For the speech evaluation, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, my screen will remain white till 2 minutes. At 2 minutes, it will turn to green. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, it will turn to yellow, and at 3 minutes, it will turn to red and remain until the speech is completed. For AHA counter and Grammarian, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. So my screen will remain white till 1 minute. At 1 minute, it will turns to green. At 1 minute 30 seconds, it will turns to yellow, and at 2 minutes, it will turns to red and will remain red until the report's completed. For all the report, the minimum time should be made to qualify for voting in the specific in category. Grace period of 30 seconds is allowed over the maximum time allotted. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Shashank. Now, I would like to call upon Speech Evaluator 1, Cavalier VANSH Agarwal.
Yes. Shall I start?
Yes. Start.
Okay. So I am now going to present my observation on Vedika Gupta's speech. Just a minute.
Not able to. 1 minute. I don't see him, Evaluator.
Ma'am, can you see me?
Can you put up your this hand?
What, ma'am?
Your reaction hand up. Put in the reaction hand up, then I will be able to. I'm not able to
I'm
see.
showing a thumbs up. Can you see?
1 minute. What happened to Zoom Master? He's also out, I think. That's what in my this thing it's not seen. Are you?
Ma'am, he is there.
Yes, ma'am, I am there. You cannot see?
Yeah, but you're not putting up your hand. Can you put up your hand? Now I can see you. Yes. Yes. Start. Timer, please start now. Restart. Yes, thank you.
So I am now going to present my observation on Vedika Gupta's speech. Vedika presented her background, her parents, hobbies, friends, what she likes and what inspire her, her motivation to join the Gavel Club. This was indeed a great icebreaker, for we feel like we know her inside out. Her choice of words like embodiment of patience, one passion that connects us, and so were bang on. Well articulated. Now, let us see some areas of improvement where she can improve. So, what I feel is that Vedika could stand and give her speech as it gives a good impression and also the audience feel attracted and interested. She could also do some hand movements, and secondly, she could also work on her voice modulation. Like she could also make faces, give expression in the areas of emotion. She could show emotion, laughter, and sadness. She could express the sadness in her speech wherever the thing comes. At last, I want to say about eye contact, as eye contact is one of the most essential part of the speech. If there is no eye contact, it feels that the speaker is nervous or not ready, and people start losing interest. So these were the areas of improvement where she could improve. At last, I want to say that the speech was very, very informative and a good speech for an icebreaker. All the points were covered and the personality was also well described. Now we all know Vedika very well. If you focus on the body language, and then the speech can be much better. I wish you all the best for your future speeches, and I am sure that you will improve a lot in your future speeches. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I call upon speech evaluator 2, Toastmaster Manoj Nair.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and General Evaluator Kashvi Agrawal, Kashvi Agrawal. What have you done, Remanika, Mathur? What have you done? It just blew me away. It completely blew me away with your speech. And I was absolutely sitting on my tight seated chair. Otherwise, I would have been out of the window. The kind of feast of language you used, the linguistic precisions you used on, and the glossary of languages, very descriptive language. It was a feast of things. And I was surprised to see amazing speakers like this. This is the first time attending a Gavel Toastmasters. I've attended my club. They were absolutely useless guys, actually, compared to you guys. You are absolutely amazing. I mean, it worth sitting there this evening and listening to great speeches and stories. And you are one of them, actually, I would say. What really stood me out, the kind of choice of words you used, that made your message very understandable. Use very simple things. I mean, it's a very effective words. I mean, some of those things, you use you replace those tired words with sparkling languages. So, for example, languages, if I'm saying, I mean, I was wanted to write those words, but then my books were filled 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. I said, stop listening, writing those things. I would focus on your speech because I won't do justice to your speech. So the kind of usage of languages you did you mentioned about the tired words, like the drizzling where the summers, the kind of sunny summer, the bright days. I mean, I was drenched. Those are the kind of things, you made the visionary kind of, you painted the picture in such a way that we are all with you. And more importantly, you told about your stories. When people tell stories, they don't forget about who you are actually, but they will take a bit the message. And you exactly did, because human brains are wired to the stories, and you have done it. Now you are a good speaker. I really want you to do good to yourself. How can you able to enhance your speech? Able to tweak your speech to take your level speech into the next level. What I really want you to do is that you have to relive your story. When I say relive your stories, you need to bring your facts in such a way that inject that humor, inject that emotions, inject that vulnerability in your speech. You have told about your story about the pendulums which you have, and you're moving in the driveways. I didn't felt it. I didn't felt it. You were exhausted. You were angry. You were upset. I didn't felt it. When you look at your friend or your colleagues or your who are actually said, you mentioned about the pipes were busted. I didn't felt it. I want you to relive your stories. When you say really busted, you should have been scratching your hair, pulling your hairs down, even though I don't have actually, but you can do that. You can make those kind of images to make people happen. This is what I really want to see. So that's what the crux of the things. But other than that, it was, as I said before, it was a feast to listen, and it was justice for me to sit today evening and listening to the great stories. I have nicked up so many of things. The beautiful line which I really like it, this stood me for me is the biscuit and the chai was something analogy. I'm going to nick this one in my speech. With that, hand back to you, the general evaluator, Kashvi Agrawal. Kashvi Agrawal. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. I would call upon Speech Evaluator 3, Toastmaster Prasita Bhat, to present her evaluation report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. What's your name? Thank you, General Evaluator Gavelier Kashvi Agarwal. My target speaker, that is Gavelier Nivriti Gupta. What a great speech. I love the theme which he used, failure. Everybody, like she said, nobody talks about failure. People only talk about success. So I loved her speech. Now the shining moments from your speech. Of course, your personal story. And as they say, it's a very common quote which they use, human beings are wired for stories. So you hooked the audience with your personal story and you hooked me too. Your story started with a very dramatic description and we could echo your feelings. And I'm sure each one of us have gone through that, faced that one or the other failure, like not preparing the chapter and you get some other chapter in the exam paper and all this. This must have happened with each one of us, I'm sure. Your title, if failure had a fan club, I would say I'll be the first member to come to your fan club. Because I have had so many failures and I'm sure everybody has had, but nobody talks about it. So you had the guts to take the topic and talk about it. I loved it. And your second story about being a singer and how you failed, you tried to sing and you failed. It has happened with me actually. So I was laughing my guts out when you talked about that. Beautiful theme actually. And like you said, failure is one step to success. So beautiful theme, beautiful incidents, whatever you said, very good build up. I Now talking about the objectivities of the speech, since your objectivity was about body language and voice intonations and all that, so I would just say whatever improvements you have to make based on that. Overall, you had a very confident body language and everything, but in case you want to take your speech to the next level, I would say you could have done some deliberate movement. When you were talking about one incident, you could have stood on one side of the screen, you know on that area, and when you're talking about something else, you could have used the other side of the screen. So the thing is that then you engage the audience more. The audience is able to relate. Okay, now she's talking this, now she's gone there, she's talking about that. So that could have engaged the audience more. Then role play, I felt you could have added some role play, like when it was like little monotonous, not monotonous in kind of, it was just you speaking. You could have added some role play somewhere, so that you get to see two people speaking, and then you get a voice intonations, you know. So the voice intonations could have been more open-handed gestures, since it is the objectivities are there, that I'm telling you. Otherwise, it was actually yours was good, but to take it to the next level, you could have add more. You need more. Dil mange more, they say. So we need more of that. Otherwise, a very good speech. And like they say, public speaking is an art, not a science. So you have done your best. Great way to go. You will become a great Toastmaster in the future, I'm sure. And as they say, human beings are simple creatures. If you make them hooked, you make them happy, you make them happy, you make them listen to you. So we got hooked and we listened to your story. Great. And beautiful takeaway. And that failure is one step to success. And that's very true. And that is why everybody comes to Toastmasters and Gavelier clubs, because here we can experiment with failures. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Now I call upon the Grammarian, Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi, to present his report.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Kashvi Agrawal. I will just share my screen. Yeah, so just a minute. Yeah. So, table topic master Dhruvi Joshi, she used word of the day one time and phrase of the day one time. And I could see very eloquent usage like presiding officer Sara Verlekar. She used the phrase boundless curiosity. Gavelier Kimaya Agrawal. She used the phrase catch the bull by the horn. Speaker Vedika Gupta. She used the phrase incredible command over language. Speaker Remanika Mathur used words like drizzling, phrases like drenched by the rain, lost in a tornado, and evaluator Prasita Bhat used the phrase signing moments from the speech. So I could see a lot of exemplary usage from the evaluator and the different role holders. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Now I call upon the counter, Cavalier Kimaya Agrawal, to present her report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Just give me a few seconds to share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so as I'm the counter, I'm sharing my report. Sergeant at Arms Prayan used a 2 times, a once, once. Presiding officer Sara didn't use any filler words. GMoD, Gavelier Avni used a more than 3 times, a more than 3 times, and twice. Timer Toastmaster Shashank used a twice and a more than 3 times. Grammarian Toastmaster Sajal used a once and a twice. Speaker 1 Gavelier Vedika used a twice and a once. Active listener Gavelier Tashi used a twice and a once. Book reviewer Gavelier Ahan used a once and a twice. Speaker 2 Gavelier Remanika used a twice and once and write once. Speaker 3 Gavelier Nivriti she used a once, a twice, and a once. Table topics master Gavelier Dhruvi Joshi used a once and a twice. Speaker 1, table topic speaker 1, Toastmaster Manoj used once. Table topic speaker 2, Cavalier Labdhi used a twice and a more than 3 times. Speaker 3, Cavalier Tashi used a twice and a more than 3 times. She used twice and she used once. Speaker 4, Cavalier Idhan used a once and a more than 3 times. Evaluator 1, Cavalier Vansh used a once and a more than 2 times. Cavalier 2, TM Manoj used a once and a twice. Cavalier Evaluator 3, Toastmaster Prasita used a once and a twice. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Now I would like to call upon the active listener, Cavalier Tashi Singh.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Here comes the test for your listening. You do not have to unmute your microphone to speak. You do not have to raise your hand to answer. You just unmute your microphone and speak the answers that you know. This is pure fun. Let your energy, enthusiasm, and excitement shine. My first question is, what is the name of the book that Cavalier Ahan presented?
Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson.
Right.
Know the name of the book.
Yes,
Who
he said
Moved
the
My
name of the
Cheese?
book correctly. Yeah.
In which standard does Cavalier Vedika Gupta study?
Ninth.
Correct. Next question. What is Cavalier Vedika Gupta's favorite subject?
History.
Drawing.
Correct. The answer is history. Next, what was the title of Cavalier Remanika Mathur's speech?
First day.
First day ever.
Correct. Next question. Who won the science competition in Remanika Mathur's speech?
Frog anatomy.
Correct. Next, what are Cavalier Nivriti Gupta's favorite sports?
Swimming, badminton.
Badminton, dancing.
Correct. Name any one effect of a good speech in Cavalier Avni Kyal's presentation. Okay, one of the effect is that it makes people think about solutions in a new way. Next question. In which subject is Toastmaster Manoj bad in?
Maths.
Maths.
Correct. On what topic did Cavalier Labdi Jain speak on? The answer is, what is the power of speech in social media? That was a great round. It seems like that Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi and lots of other Cavaliers gave a lots of answers. Well done, everyone. Your listening was awesome. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Before we
Now,
proceed, 1 minute. 1 minute. I request everybody to put on the video and then we'll take one picture and then we'll continue. Request everybody, please put on the video quickly. Because at the end, everybody seems to just disappear. Please put on the video, Sanvi, Prasita ji. Yeah, thank you, Ahan. Yes. Gupta, speaker. Nivriti, please put on the video quickly. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. One more picture and then we're done. Yes. Thank you. We can continue. Thank you, Kashvi. Over to you.
thank you, Girijama. Now, I would like to invite the timer, Toastmaster Shashank, to present his timer report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The time taken by first evaluator, that is VANSH, he took 2 minutes 24 seconds. Toastmaster Manoj took 3 minutes 37 seconds. Toastmaster Prasita took 3 minutes 38 seconds. Gavilian Kimaya took 2 minutes 44 seconds. And Toastmaster Sajal took 1 minute 10 seconds. Gavilier Kashvi took 2 minutes 33 seconds. That's all from my side. For the timing report of General Evaluator, I will post it on the chat.
Thank you. Now, can we launch the polls for speech evaluators and auxiliary roles?
We'll do that. Thank you. Only the names of the two Toastmasters because always competition is between equals. So during the table topic, only one Toastmaster happened to be a speaker. So the competition was only between Cavaliers. Bunch did a good job, but it is not equal. We are very thankful to the Toastmasters for participating and giving their evaluation, because that serves as a guidelines. Each time you come and speak, you are training our Gaveliers. Thank you so much for that. So 20 out of 20. I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. Yes, General Evaluator, it is your prerogative to announce and congratulate. You can see the results? Yeah. You can announce the winner and congratulate. All of you can see. General Evaluator, you can congratulate the speech evaluator and then we can go ahead.
Congratulations, speech evaluator to Toastmaster Manoj Nair.
Thank you. Yes. Now we have to launch the poll for the auxiliary role players, right? Yes. Can you all see it? 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah. Again here, it is between the two Toastmasters. So our counter will get appreciation certificate and the other two Toastmasters are here. Grammarian and timer. $20 out of 21. Thank you so much for the quick. You can congratulate the winner. Kashvi.
Congratulations, Grammarian Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi, and congratulations, timer Toastmaster Shashank.
Thank you. Thank you. Without your support, nothing could have worked. So thank you so much for each of you who come over here. Yes. Can you proceed with the report? Then we can launch the rest of the polls. Yes.
Now I will present my report. During the meeting, I have taken notes on everything that happened and did not happen. These are my observations. The club shared the flyer, invitation link, and meeting agenda well ahead of time. The flyer is neat and precise. The meeting link was sent with a message that arouses curiosity and eagerness to join the meeting. The agenda is quite detailed. The flyer is crisp and conveys all the information without clutter. It is also visually appealing. The Zoom link was opened early for guests and members to join. Everyone was talking with each other with warmth before the meeting started. All the role players had renamed themselves properly before the meeting started. The presiding officer was well prepared and organized. She also introduced the Gavel Master of the Day nicely. The meeting started right on time. When it began, it was 7 on my laptop screen. Every role player was properly introduced by the Gavel Master of the Day. The podium was handed over to role players just the way it should have been. The Gavel Master of the Day introduced and explained the theme of the day quite well. She even presented a PPT to explain it. She introduced me, the General Evaluator, perfectly. Thank you for such a nice introduction. The Grammarian introduced his role appropriately. He also explained the skills he develops by taking up this role happily. He introduced the word of the day properly. He used a well-organized presentation to explain the word of the day and phrase of the day, which helped us to understand their meanings better. The word of the day, eloquent, was challenging, appropriate, and fitting for the theme of the day. The GMoD properly introduced the timer. The timer introduced the role suitably.
He used the timer cards to demonstrate the color change excellently. The timing of the color change was proper. He changed the timer cards very smoothly. The Gavel Master of the Day introduced the A counter well. The A counter was prepared and introduced the role well. I really liked how she demonstrated the unnoticed use of crutch sounds, filler words, and filler phrases in her introduction. The Table Topics Master explained the purpose of Table Topics session. The table topics were appropriate for the theme of the day. They made us think, but at the same time, the topics were easy for guests and Gaveliers. Sadly, the Table Topics Master did not call on people who did not have a meeting role first. No guests were also invited to participate. Other than this, the Table Topics Master was almost perfect. All the other role players returned control appropriately. The podium was passed from one role player to the other in a great manner. The evaluation reports were crisp, precise, and to the point. All the evaluators spoke confidently. The A counter presented her report very nicely. She did her role well. The Grammarian was great. He presented his report in detail. It was excellent. At the end, I would say that it was a great meeting. We all learned a lot about the power of speech today. Overall, all the role players were well prepared before the meeting, were ready to shine. The meeting was systematic and not out of order. Everything was managed fine. Congratulations to all role players to take up these roles and perform them with such great responsibility. After so many meetings, we all have understood how these meetings go. There were barely any suggestions from my side. Everyone has polished up their skills. Thank you, and over to you, Gavel Master of the Day.
Thank you for your invaluable observations, General Evaluator. Let me conclude with two insightful quotes on the theme, the power of speech. Words have the power to inspire, motivate, and change the world. Second one, a single powerful speech can awaken minds and ignite change. The above quotes give us the most important message on the theme. Over to you, Presiding Officer of the Day.
Sara? Let me just see. Her internet was a problem. I'll just check. Sara Verlekar, are you there?
Ma'am, she's not here.
Yeah, okay. I'll just check with her if there is a problem. Would be a problem. Internet issue. Okay. Okay, she has shared the message which I can present on her behalf because there is no internet and there is no light at her house. She has managed to send the information. So I'm just presenting it here on her behalf. Okay. As presiding officer, Sara Verlekar conveys this message. She says she's delighted to say that we had a truly wonderful meeting today. A huge thank you to our General Evaluator, Kashvi Agrawal, for your invaluable insights. Your feedback added so much value to our session. I'd also like to commend Vedika Gupta, Remanika Mathur, and Nivriti Gupta for successfully completing their speech projects. Well done, all of you. And thank you, Gavelier VANSH Agrawal, Toastmaster Manoj Nair, and Toastmaster Prasita Bhat. Your thoughtful evaluations truly enriched the presentations. Congratulations to Avni kyal for excellently guiding us through this meeting as a Gavel Master of the Day and sharing such valuable bits of information. Great job. Kudos to all role players. Prayan Luniya, who set the tone for our meeting with his high energy welcome as Sergeant at Arms. A shout out to Gavelier Tashi Singh, who kept us engaged and alert as our active listener. To Toastmaster Sajal Sarohi for his exemplary work as grammarian. To Kimaya Agarwal for diligently tracking our ahs and ums as the R counter. Gavelier Dhruvi Joshi for testing our impromptu skills as the table topics master, and Toastmaster Shashank for excellently completing the timer. With a deep sense of appreciation and excitement for our next gathering, I thank each one of you for making today's meeting such a great success. And with that, I now declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone. And please make sure to stay back so that we can have a discussion and a group photograph. Thank you so much for that message, Sara. And on your behalf, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you. I'm stopping the recording now.